Hey y'all, welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you all enjoyed the discussion. Um, and and, come on in. Hey Jeanette, how you doing? Come on in, get your questions ready, your comments, all that good stuff. As we continue to discuss this great topic of 10 times better women. Hey Sandra, hey Ava, how you doing? Hmm. Hi, my leader, Ada. Good evening. I was about to say good morning. Good evening. Hope all is well. Hey, Sylvia. How you doing? Um, Hope you guys took some copious notes, as they say. Learned a lot. Hey, Scott. Hey, Sid. Well, Sid will help kind of bring it together for you. Hey, my leader. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. Um, as the discussion continues around Deborah, excuse me, and we're talking about the power women have. Okay. Yeah. Dane, I'm still working on that. The value of getting up early. I'd rather get up early and do something to get it out the way, so I have to worry about it later. But I'm not a morning person.
No.
People be getting up. Oh, I get up at 5:30 in the morning, have prayer, devotion. I'm like, man, my brain didn't even function at that time. I tried it, it just ain't clicking. Now late at night,
Yeah.
I'm straight. 11:30, 12 o'clock, I'm good. I am good. Hey Elaine. Hey D. Hey Shirley. Get your questions ready, your comments ready. You can post them in the chat, of course, and we will try to address them. Remember, also, if you are joining us tonight, of course, we can't see you if you don't comment, so we don't know if you're on if you don't say anything. So shout us out. Shout us out. Let us know where you're watching from. We know we have people from around the world watching. Just shout us out from where you're from and say hello. We love to speak to everybody as much as we can. Hey, D. Hey, Robin. Robin, don't forget to put that question you had, that long question you had before we went on. Post it again. Okay. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Chef Tanya, how you doing? Chef Moy, Tanya Moy, how you doing? This is a good question.
What is it?
Really good. I love the encouragement. When you were speaking about leadership and not demanding honor and respect, that is true. Do you think some women feel they have something to prove and overdo it? I had a boss like that one time. Whew. She let's just say she's very demonstrative and a little over. There's something to knowing who you are and presence. And I think sometimes when you're a minority in some format, you have to kind of put your foot down a little harder at times, but be selective with it, knowing when to do it, how to do it. But I think presence is a thing that makes a difference. It's like a lot like a parent. The parent that yells all the time is usually the one that doesn't get all the respect. The one that's pretty quiet and will just look at you until you sit down. That's the one you're a little nervous about. But I think it's selective in knowing when to jump in. Like I remember when I became executive pastor, I was young. Well, I'm still younger than everybody else, but I was super young and learning how to navigate how to exert authority when it was necessary and when not to. That was a learning curve. But I understood I couldn't come in there and just start, you know, dropping stuff, work with people, and do what you got to do when necessary. See, when Barak told Deborah he wouldn't go unless she went, do you think it could have been he doubted her word, having her come was for insurance of support? No. I
No.
think he knew the word was in her mouth.
Yep.
Yeah. The word was in her mouth. Yeah.
Yep.
He had enough sense to know who to follow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he knew.
And there was too many people in the nation coming to her to hear the Lord's wisdom for him to be doubting her at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great word I've heard. Worked hard to be 10 times better woman, but it seems like men don't want 10 times better woman. Starting to lose hope. There's 10 times better men out there for me.
Well, there are. And when you are intentionally pursuing the will of God, it narrows your choices, but that's also God's grace.
Yep.
So that you don't waste your time on someone who has no focus on God's plan for their life. And unfortunately, relationships tend to distract us from our focus. So I think as you prepare yourself, you have to understand that God's preparing someone for you.
Yeah.
And make sure you're not accepting someone who is, shouldn't have to lower your bar of expectation to be in a relationship with someone.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how Labadoc navigated Deborah's position. Can you speak to navigating that dynamic?
Well, there's no indication in Scripture that he had an issue with it. It was God's choice. She was God's choice. So, and Deborah was Labadoc's choice. So there's no indication in Scripture that I can find that he was not totally supportive of her. As a matter of fact, I think it shows a righteous support for her because there never was a time in the context that he diminished her at all or withdrew any support or questioned her role like Samson's father did with Samson's mother. He wasn't sure that she was giving him the story correctly, so he had to go see for himself, and then he found out the specific message was just for Samson's mom, not for him. So the short answer is I don't see him having a problem navigating it, just like Joseph didn't have a problem navigating for Mary.
Yep. I guess this is a question. Oh, sorry.
It can be difficult though if a business mind or corporate mind is one half of a relationship and the other half is very short-sighted, that can present some difficulties.
Yeah. This question is from earlier, from engaged. How do you manage when you were kind to people or men in a relationship and they took advantage, used their lives, their credentials, or degrees to try and hurt and label you?
I'm not following you, Robin. Yeah, there's 100 ways to answer that question, so it needs to be a little bit more specific without revealing identity, if that's possible.
Yeah. All righty. Any other questions? I think Ava's bringing it back up. I guess it was low key annoying that he makes that assertion. If you trust her word, and she said go, then go.
Well, I don't think it was. I think he was reassuring her that there's no way he's going without her.
Yeah.
I think that was his confidence in leadership that she was expressing. I don't think it was a negative at all. I think the captain of the army was expressing his confidence in her leadership. I can win if you go with me. If you lead me, I can go. And after all, she was the deliverer for Israel, so it was appropriate for her in her position as that deliverer to go with them.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Donna.
Yeah. Hey, Donna. Yeah. Unfortunately, Janice, a lot of people do. I heard somebody, their friends tell them, look, just having somebody is the important thing. They're like, just go try it.
Yeah, see,
Just,
this is not
yeah.
tiddlywinks you're playing.
Right. Right.
People are very quick to tell you to play with your heart, take a chance
Mm-hmm.
with your heart that they wouldn't take with their own.
Yep. Yeah.
Just try it. Invest your time, your energy, your mind, your emotions, and all that in something that you're not reasonably sure of.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But peer pressure can cause you to align yourself with someone who shouldn't even be in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. As you always say, your heart and your mind are too slow as healing organs in the body.
that's right. They
Yeah.
are.
Just because you can function with them,
Yeah, but we
hurt
take
doesn't
chances
mean.
with them.
Yep.
We take chances with them, though.
Mm-hmm. The Bible says that virtuous woman is rare. Are men searching endlessly for her the same her the way some women say they're searching for their Boaz?
I don't think so.
Nah, nah. I
Hey,
think there's
Dr. Hopkins, how you doing?
hey, how you doing? And I think there's that biblical principle about God bringing people together too, and
Hmm.
he really does.
He
In,
does.
in a lot of relationships, business,
Yeah.
friendship,
Oh yeah.
marriage,
Oh yeah. The kingdom is a relationship kingdom.
yeah, yeah.
And we see in the Bible so many instances. I don't know how this ever got distorted, but we see in the Bible so many instances of God bringing people together, crossing paths, crossroads in lives,
Mm-hmm.
that it's almost undeniable that He has a perfect will and a permitted will for us as it relates to relationships.
Yep, yep. Absolutely, absolutely. Any other questions? Hmm. What do men look for in a woman to know that they may be vulnerable?
All they have to do is listen to you talk. What you say and what you don't say, how you respond, how you don't respond. That's how everyone reveals their vulnerability, not just women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember premarital counseling. Trust is the most important thing. Everything hinges on trust, from
That's right.
money, conversation, sex,
Everything.
everything.
Yep.
Vulnerability. It just, yeah.
Yeah, like I used to say, if you can't trust a person with your past, your present,
Mm-hmm.
then they don't have the right kind of love for you.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. So it's another good discussion again.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oops. Wrong one. As a married woman with a driven husband, I find it difficult to elevate myself steadily because the majority of the household responsibilities fall upon me. How can I overcome this?
I'm assuming that the driven husband works hard all day and perhaps feels that working hard gives him a pass as it relates to the environment, the house. That is absolutely incorrect. Um, I do understand, that there are demands in every environment, but no matter what environment we're functioning in, especially if it's outside the home, that does not eliminate responsibility inside.
Yep.
So, like we say, you got to, in our context, we have to put the briefcase down, turn the collar around, and start fulfilling another role.
Yeah. Still got to take the trash out. Do
Yeah,
all that stuff.
all that stuff, all
All
that
that
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, can't come
All of
home and sit down. Nobody gets to do that.
it. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Any other questions?
They're kind of slow tonight.
I know.
I don't know unless I was answering a lot of them during the discussion.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, I think a lot of guys, the mistake they make, a lot of that parents make, is not giving their boys household responsibility as much as they do their girls.
Absolutely.
The girls got to cook, clean, do all the stuff the boys is playing, and it's detrimental. It's a red flag when someone doesn't see value in a career choice. They're always trying to get you to shift to another career, or do you just take it as it is, being them trying to help?
I think it's based on how it's presented. If they are identifying that you may be functioning beneath your obvious ability, then that may be a form of encouragement. Um, but if someone has no respect for what you do, that's an entirely different conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Is it fair to say that every Proverbs woman would not look the same? The needs and demands of my life may not be the same.
I think you're talking about principles, um, applicable principles, not that's a blanket for every woman. What it is a general conversation around these are the qualities. Now, those qualities can be are absolutely appropriate for every situation. He talks about the home, talks about the marketplace or outside the home, talks about relationship. But underneath all of that is just consistency, commitment, responsibility, accountability is what's underneath. That's what's underpinning the Proverbs 31.
Yep. Shouldn't roles be discussed before marriage?
Absolutely. Too late to talk about them afterwards.
Right. Absolutely. Is it possible that a woman can be operating as a 10 times better woman but not notice it because they have cookie cutter idea of what it is?
Yes, I believe so. It really is talking about a woman that is capable of major multitasks, of actually being accomplished in every arena that she finds herself in.
Virtuous woman is a true entrepreneur, not afraid to do everything in her heart. Why is it so difficult for us in these times?
What you think, Pastor Nick?
Um, the only thing I
Because
can think of,
I'm not sure it's difficult.
yeah, I think the principles are simple,
Hmm.
but depending on how you react emotionally, the season can mess with your motivation.
Hmm.
With all the responsibilities attached, it's like
Hmm.
sometimes you sit home and you're like, do I really want to start writing this or start doing
Hmm.
this when I've been
Hmm.
doing this all day long?
Hmm. Hmm.
But I think being aware of that and not letting that feeling stop you from doing what's necessary,
Hmm.
I think that's important. But for right now, you're seeing businesses thrive. Even people starting businesses are doing,
Yep.
some are doing okay
Hmm.
if they pivoted well.
Yep.
If you didn't pivot well during the season, you're struggling.
Hmm.
Uh, but I mean, God presents so much opportunities in crisis. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that allows us to be, as Paul said, all things to all people, is a lot of people have great ideas, but they lack consistent structure.
Yep.
Some people actually call structure boring.
Mm,
But without structure, you cannot become accomplished.
yeah.
So if I'm not finding the time to do some of the things, um, there's usually a structure issue, structuring the day. But also, I may not be willing to give up the non-productive things that I'm so habitual in every day of my life.
Hmm.
There's some stuff that, if you're watching TV for 3 hours,
Yep.
that's not productive.
Hmm.
And then you hear people say, well, what about time for you? Well, my answer is that this is me.
Hmm.
And there's times to bear down on the task, and there's times you can let up a little bit. But when you're trying to form something, trying to build something, you got to press in on it.
Yeah.
And people telling you don't you ever take any time off, or people that are not pursuing the things that you're pursuing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And I mean, what they say, it takes years for somebody to become an overnight success. Like you
Hmm.
said, that consistency, we want
Yeah.
it to happen like tomorrow. And
No.
it takes a minute to build a business and
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. It looks overnight to people, but it's not.
Mm-mm. They've been busting their butt for 5, 6 years trying
Oh
to get it
man,
there.
even longer than that,
Longer than
man.
that, yeah, yeah. It just clicked.
Janice, I think that people don't have the conversations they need to have
Mm.
before they become uh, catch feelings, before they get physical, before they get committed. I think there's questions that people just shy away from that are essential. Because to find out later on that you have a different idea about what a family looks like, that's something that some people actually feel betrayed by that new information.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Ava, it is, the principles are the same. How we
Hmm.
express them in our context can be different.
Yep.
We express the same principles in preaching that somebody can use in business or in whatever. It's just the context are different.
I think there is productive comparison for inspiration, Ava, and there's negative comparison. But to be inspired by someone else, I think is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Any other questions? Hmm. While you're getting the questions there, don't forget we have our Thanksgiving drive coming up.
Oh
Actually,
yeah.
this Saturday we're giving them out starting at 9 o'clock. At
Is it
Woodrow Wilson
Saturday?
High School. Yeah, it's this Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Woodrow Wilson. Yeah, Woodrow Wilson High School
Wow.
and Lindenwold High School. Everything's outside, especially Lindenwold. You just drive your car up, put it in your car, and you can just keep on going. And yeah, and of course we're taking our offering for that. You can go to our website or however whatever platform you get and
Yeah.
do it for CTF.
$35 a family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a question of if, it's how many families are you going to bless during this season.
Yeah. Robin, I don't see a question. Can you retype it again?
Keith has one.
Can a woman say she just wants to be single, but just be friends is what makes a man bypass her for another woman?
Yeah.
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 We just friends. We just friends, right?
Yeah. But I think I think that can be a little emotionally dangerous, because if you say you're friends, but you start doing relationship things,
Mm-hmm.
long conversations, dinners, movies,
Yeah.
most likely 9 out of 10 cases, someone is going to catch some
Mm-hmm.
feelings along the way.
Yep. Yep.
So it's the type of friendly things that you do. Um,
Yep. Yeah. I just want a friend. I don't want a relationship. What do you
yeah,
want?
yeah.
I want to go to
Some,
somebody eat to, somebody to talk with.
yeah, yes.
That's a
That's all
relationship.
relationship stuff.
That's a relationship. What do you think about dating shows like Ready to Love?
Never heard of it.
It's TV. It's entertainment.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It's for entertainment. Being independent for years would be hard for me to change. Let the man help me when he wants to.
Might be, not unless you realize that when God sends somebody legitimate into your life, He also is sending you some help.
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes a problem of whether you know how to process care.
Yep.
Some people, if they've been single for a while, see care as an intrusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which means they're not ready for a real caring relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Hey, Georgiana.
Hey, what's up, G? We got about 5 minutes left. Any other questions, comments, anything we need to talk about? Yeah.
Man, this one caused a lot of questions, I tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
So I was like, Robin, you don't look like you had that problem. Lord have mercy. I think the heart of consideration makes it easier.
Oh yeah.
Because if you're just a considerate person,
Yeah.
You don't mind laying some stuff down.
Yeah.
There
And
you
so
go.
willingness.
Ada. Highlight it. Highlight it.
She's always putting me to work.
I know. Well, you just say you put in your thing to this week, right? For the privilege and convenience, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least it's steps. So soon. Why don't men believe a woman when she tells them that she follows God's principles and is not out in the world? Can men change for the woman, or should they?
Unfortunately, a lot of men are jealous of God's relationship with a woman, and therefore becomes competitive with everything that represents God in their life. That is clearly a man that is not ready for a godly woman.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after you reach a certain age. I don't believe God is sending men or women work in progress. I believe he's sending a man or a woman, a mature man or a woman, a finished work.
Mm.
Someone who brings a total addition to your life. Not someone who comes with a lot of needs that causes the relationship to be uneven in its exchange.
Yeah, it'd be good to be a good 10 times better series.
Yeah. Yeah. Gonna take a few more conversations though.
Yeah.
A few more conversations for enough book content.
Yeah. Oh, for this one, yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, we got about what, 2 minutes?
2 minutes, yes. Yes. I feel myself fading just a little bit. I'm getting tired. I didn't sleep good all last night. I'm getting tired. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Yep. So y'all be safe. Again, the numbers, especially in Jersey, are starting to go up again.
Yeah, which means they're up in New York and they're just not talking about it enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So just
New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. There are no fences between these states.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There are no fences. There are no electronic fences that zap the virus as it crosses a bridge. It doesn't happen like that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Why is it that we women think we have to find a man?
I think it's cultural pressure.
Yeah.
I think it's cultural pressure.
Yep.
What your friends are going to say, what people are going to say. And I think people are way out of line when they start asking you about your status.
Yep.
And they're not close enough to know your business.
Yep. Yeah. When you gonna get married?
Is that your business at all?
Right. Yep. Yeah. Yep. All right, y'all. It is 7 o'clock. We got
he's
school.
right on that, man.
Yeah, we got school tomorrow.
Yeah, we sure do.
No, we have school tomorrow too.
Yeah, we sure do.
It's about the stuff. So y'all have a great night. We'll be back next Sunday again for 10 times better women, of course. And we'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.
See you soon now. Bye-bye.
Bye.